Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Miriam and I will be your teacher for the 30th Juz Tafsir course. Daily class routine. Students will come in and read their memorized lesson to the teacher. So I will pick a few students and they will read their memorized lesson to me. So every week a few students will have the chance to read their lesson. And after that we will read the next lesson that we will practice in class, and everybody will read the English translation of the new lesson together. And after that I will do the tafsir of the new lesson, where students will have the chance to take down notes that will be shown on slides. There will also be question and answer, where students can engage and try to answer the questions on the things we learned. And also there will be assignments assigned and also tests after every few surahs that we finish. So let's start with Surah Naba, and we will start with Ayah 1 and 2. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم عما يتساءلون عن النبأ العظيم. So before we start, Surah Naba is actually a Makki surah. Amma, about what? يتساءلون, are they asking one another? So Allah is actually asking a question here. He's saying, what is it that the people are discussing amongst one another? What are they actually questioning one another about? And if we see that many people, when they ask questions amongst each other, they don't ask once, but they ask repeatedly. They ask more than once and keep asking the same question over and over again. And what does this show? They are actually expressing their amazement, and they actually showing their disbelief in it. And this shows as if like they can't accept the reality. So that's why they keep asking the question, because of how amazed they are and the fact that they don't want to accept the reality. And in this ayah, it is actually referring to the people of the Quraysh, which is the people of Mecca, and their disbelief in the hereafter and the Day of Judgment. So the Quraysh would ask each other about the hereafter. Why? Because sometimes they would ask out of amazement, and sometimes it was just out of mockery. They asked the Prophet ﷺ out of complete denial. So they asked him in a way to show that they completely denied in the hereafter and in the Day of Judgment. Remember, there are actually different reasons why people ask questions, and the reason why the people of Makkah, the people of Quraysh, were asking questions was not out of faith or curiosity, but it was actually out of denial and the disbelief in the hereafter and the Day of Judgment. They were asking out of mockery. Ayah number 2. عن النبأ العظيم, about the Naba that is Azim, that is great. About the news that is great. So about what are they asking about? They are asking about the special news that is great. And what is this special news? It is the last day, which is the Day of Judgment. It is called Naba because Naba means news. And it doesn't mean just any news, but it means news that is relevant. It is news that's relevant to the people whom it's given to. And why is that? Because if it wasn't relevant, it would be useless to tell them about it. Again, what kind of news is most interesting to us? News that is related to us, news that affects us, and which is relevant to us. And remember, Day of Judgment is relevant to every single human being. It is not just relevant to those who are serious about the hereafter. It is not only relevant to those who want Jannah. It is relevant to every single one of us, because every single human being is going to see the Day of Judgment. And that is why it is important for everyone, because everyone will be questioned on that day. عن النبأ العظيم. This news is so great, and it's not equal to anything in importance. As we see here in this world, the news here people find out, but then people forget about it. And most of the news that we even hear during the day, it doesn't even impact our life at all. However, the news about the Day of Judgment is so important. It is important to all of us. It is a serious news, and every single one of us needs to be informed about it. Now, the Mushrikeen would ask about the Day of Judgment out of mockery, just like I mentioned. And now Allah is saying, Amma yatasa'alun. What are they doing? So basically Allah's trying to say, what are they doing? They are wasting their time. About what are they asking about? Instead of preparing for the Day of Judgment and for the hereafter, they are just talking about it and they're just questioning it. They're just wasting their time. So again, we need to remember that this news is true and there is absolutely no doubt in it. This news is so important that Allah has warned us about it so many times in the Quran. And not only has He warned us, but He has also described about the Day of Judgment many, many times in the Quran. And also what this day looks like. Okay, I will stop here. And hopefully I will see you all live in class, inshallah. I hope you guys got some information on how the class will look like. If you have any questions, feel free to contact the Quran Academy. You can also call this number right here. Jazakallah khair for listening. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.